On June 28, 2025, the following key government actions and developments in Ohio took place or were highly relevant. Legislation signed into law on June 27th. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signed 2 significant budget-related bills into law the day before, which impact operations from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027. House Bill 80 appropriates funding for the Ohio Industrial Commission for the biennium and sets authorization and conditions for its programs. Note: House Bill 81 appropriates funding for the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, updates workers' compensation laws, and sets operational guidelines for the Bureau's programs during the same period. Line: Legislative changes affecting education and retirement boards. 2. The Ohio Legislature finalized reforms to the State Board of Education, transitioning it from an elected body to an appointed body with members representing various educational sectors: urban, suburban, rural districts, charter schools, and private schools. This change will phase out the elected seats as current terms expire. The State Teachers Retirement System Board of Trustees, STRS, Board of Trustees underwent restructuring that reduces elected members, increases appointed investment experts, and adds representation from the Ohio Department of Higher Education. The governor and state treasurer each gain additional appointment powers, shifting the board's balance toward appointed members. In higher education, public college and university funding contingent on compliance with Senate Bill 1 was reduced from $100 million to $75 million. Legislative process status as of June 27. The House and Senate accepted a conference committee report related to these reforms by party line votes. Republicans in favor, some Republican opposition noted, sending it to Governor DeWine for final approval ahead of the July 1, 2025 fiscal year start. The governor had until the beginning of FY26 to consider line item vetoes. 2. Federal legislative actions involving Ohio representatives on June 27. The Ohio delegation participated in the U.S. House of Representatives session, which included the introduction of 35 public bills and 9 resolutions. The House condemned the June 2025 riots in Los Angeles via a resolution passed on June 27. A district work period was designated from June 27 to July 6, 2025, meaning many representatives would be out of Washington during that time. Fiscal and economic data for Ohio as of June 2020. Ohio's state revenue performance showed some fluctuations. For fiscal year 2025 through May, net commercial activity tax revenues were down 5.4% compared to the previous year. However, May tax revenues exceeded estimates significantly, driven largely by personal income tax receipts, offsetting April's shortfall. This indicates a strong annual tax filing season. Medicaid expenditures in May were higher than expected due to delayed payments from prior months, affecting overall General Revenue Fund expenditures. In summary, on June 28, 2025, Ohio was in a period of implementing significant legislative reforms, primarily related to state governance of education and workers' compensation, with budget appropriations signed into law. Legislative approval processes concluded, and fiscal data pointed to solid revenue performance, despite some variability earlier in the year. Federal legislative sessions involving Ohio's congressional delegation were winding down into a district work period.